welcome to the Beyond Cinema Studio, Shivani, Monica.
Thank you.
Congratulations on having Trumbo here.
Thanks, we're very excited.
Yeah, and it's screening tonight. So talk to me, like we don't talk to that many producers actually, we talk to mostly directors, but how does it feel for producers for whom they've like nurtured a project through and now you get a chance to share it with people?
Well, I'm honored that we were premiering at Toronto Film Festival. I couldn't have asked for a better platform for a world premiere for the film. And I think Trumbo is, a very special film for us, our company. And, the amount of support we got from our director, the talent, everyone, it's been just wonderful. And I'm super excited that Jay Roach is the director, he is adorable. And Bryan Cranston, he is on a different level altogether. He's one of, as we all know, one of the best actors of our generation for sure. And, I'm excited to see how everyone's going to see the film.
Yeah. And Monica, you've worked with Jay before. You've got a history there.
I do.
So getting to kind of, in your new company, be able to, harness those relationships from before and actually get things made must be an extremely rewarding kind of feeling as well.
You know what? It was great working with Jay. I worked with him. We were producers together on Borat and Bruno. Yes. So I hadn't worked with him yet as a director, and I was a little nervous going into the process, not knowing how he was as a director, just knowing that I loved him so much as a person and as a producing partner. So couldn't be more happy, and the process was incredible. He has a wonderful collaborative way about him, and really brought us into the fold, and all of the producers and the writer, and just took care of everybody and everybody's needs, and it made a stronger film.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, knowing that you worked on Borat with Jay, now coming back to Canada, whether you brought one of those bears back.
Yes.
That you imported for Borat.
Yeah.
Those Canadian
No,
bears.
he's way older now, that bear.
Yeah.
We had twin bears, and they're way too old now.
Yeah.
But they are here in Canada. We did transport them from Canada.
Yeah, exactly. So talk to me about Shivan's. What's the objective? I know you've got a sweet spot in the $8 million to $14 million range has been well publicized. So
we are sort of...
I would say it's more we're a company that does, I wouldn't categorize it between 8 to 14. I would say a medium budget film, which can be 18 million also, and where, when we love doing films that basically we believe in, and, we love character-driven films. We love films with strong, sort of kind of a film that basically we can relate to, and I always say a film that if I'm watching 10 years down the line, I should be proud of it. I shouldn't feel like, oh my God, why did I ever make this film? I should be patting myself on my back even 20 years later and be like, oh, well, I made a film like that, And yeah, it's the same, when I met Monica in 2013, it was we always tell people, it was literally love at first sight, because I was like, Monica, I met her on Danny Collins, and it was just, I think the awesome part was when we decided to do Danny Collins in Los Angeles. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ever met Monica, and it was just one of the best decisions I've made. And yeah, from there, it's been a good journey. We've done 3 films so far. I mean, Danny Collins and now Trumbo, and then Captain Fantastic that releases next year. Yeah. And we have, 10 or more projects in development. So it's been an interesting ride, and hopefully it's a good one. And
obviously Danny Collins, you talked about how Cranston is on another level, but Danny Collins had, Pacino and Christopher Plummer and Annette Bening.
We've been very fortunate to have amazing talent come to our projects.
Yeah.
And Pacino.
Who doesn't come on?
Yeah.
It's
to have that opportunity is just amazing.
And that must be also part of that budget range is something that gives you the opportunity to bring in and remunerate really well-known actors doing indie material.
Absolutely. I think it's an interesting world that we're living in now, because there's certain projects that just simply don't get made at the studio level anymore. And I think that's the sweet spot that we really live in, making those movies that aren't the superhero films and that aren't the you can't really make
Yeah.
a movie that at the studio level about a simple story anymore. It really needs to be bigger, more special effects, more visual effects. And so instead of a budget range, I think that's really what our sweet spot is.
And then obviously the landscape of incentives is kind of keeps changing everything. How conscious of that are you when people are protecting their screenplays or directors saying, I really don't want to go here or there? Like, how do you find those balances and those decisions? Is it purely business? Or?
Well, I think it's not purely business for
Yeah.
us. I think we are producers on every film that we
Yeah.
do. And so the creative is just as important as the financial. But ultimately, sometimes the choice is made because you can get more money for, more for your project,
Yeah.
more on the creative level for your project by going to incentive states or
Yeah.
incentive countries
Yeah.
and helping that out. But we certainly didn't get an incentive on Danny
Yeah.
Collins.
No, we didn't.
We chose to make it in Los Angeles because it was the right decision, or Shivani chose to make it in Los Angeles, and then I happened to, that's where I came on
I mean,
board.
we
and
were
got to meet
literally,
her.
we started an office in New York, and it was supposed to be shot in New York, but then something came up, and we were like, it was, for me, a matter of, do I want to do this movie in LA, or do I never want to do this movie? And Dan Fogelman, who is a good friend and, someone I adore, I was like, and the cast, like Al, it was basically, for Danny Collins to be my first film, I was like, this is it. And it was an overnight decision. We moved to LA, and I'm glad we did, because that's when I met Monica and I formed my Shivhan's team. So it was just like, one of those decisions I'm never going to regret. I'm so proud of that decision.
And we have a
Yeah.
beautiful movie that may
Yeah.
not have happened if it was a financial decision.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, so talk to me about the decision. Trumbo, obviously such a Hollywood movie about a Hollywood screenwriter at a time when Hollywood was all about it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The world was focused there. And it gets shot in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
it's funny. We went through it. It's a period movie. It spans from 1947. Most of the movie is 1947 to 1960, and then there's one 1970 scene. So, you're sitting there going, okay, how am I going to make this period film
In LA.
in Los Angeles, no incentive, and
Yeah.
really get the most for our money?
Yeah.
And so Jay and I went scouting in New Orleans. We said, all right. He said, I can't do it in Atlanta. It's just, there's no way that construction is going to work. So we went to New Orleans and we started finding these amazing locations, these locations that probably don't exist in Los Angeles of today. This period, they really keep to the period.
Yeah.
So it really worked for us. And whether we convinced ourselves of this or not, but Jay and I, kept saying, I think we're doing a better thing by doing it in New Orleans. We're really getting what we need there. So that, listen, it was a hard decision, and we did shoot for a couple days in Los Angeles to get the studio world.
Yeah.
And, but, I think we made the right choice for that movie.
And the infrastructure in New Orleans has been well established now for a decade or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Orleans has a fantastic crew base, and, we were in really great hands.
Yeah. So no lack of cast on Danny Collins either, but the cast for this is just like one name drop after another of absolute riches.
Yes.
So talk us through it. I mean, I can list it up, but I'd rather you guys do it.
Want to go?
Well,
Yeah, it's a great cast. We're very fortunate. We're so fortunate.
I mean, apart from Bryan Cranston, there's Helen Mirren, playing Hedda Hopper, and then there's Diane Lane, playing Miss Trumbo, and then there's Elle Fanning playing Nikki Trumbo. I mean, John Goodman as Frank King, and Michael Stuhlbarg
As
and
Edward G.
Edward G.
Robinson.
Robinson, yeah, and then Louis C.K. And I should say we got lucky, to be honest. It was
Alan
just
Tudyk plays
exactly.
a great role of Ian McKellen Hunter. I mean, we just
Just-
got a great cast.
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate.
It's literally like
Stephen Root.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Who was the first?
Brian was the first.
Yeah.
So and then you could build around him.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, when I saw Louis C.K. in the trailer, and Louis, I mean, he's not an actor, but he's awesome as an actor. But he just sounds like Louis.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's funny. We are, I think everybody on the production, we're such huge fans, and he's one of those people that when he came into the production office the first day, I literally couldn't say hi. I was so, starstruck. Louis C.K. is in our film. This is amazing, and I don't think I said hi until like day 3. Yeah. Because, and he's fantastic, and he does sound like Louis, but ultimately...
But he's not really Louis in the film.
No,
it's like you'll see a different
not.
side of him, Even for Helen, like you'll see a different side of Helen as Hedda Hopper. Like, it's just like, when every time we did test screening, I'd be like, wow, I cannot imagine any other actor playing these roles. I mean, it's just, we literally picked the perfect face for that role, and it's just, we got lucky with all of them.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, we have someone like Elle Fanning who starts in the movie from the age of 12, and then she goes from being 12 till 30, and you'll see the transformation, and she's just done she's fabulous.
Why is the company logo a swan?
Okay, so I should say that it's basically Shiv Hans is a 2-word meaning. Shiv meaning in Indian god Shiva, who is god of creativity, and Hans is Indian name for swan, which is a very peaceful animal bird. So the whole motto of the company is, we're creative, but we're very at peace with each other, and we want to basically, be at peace with all the projects we do. And, it's like we always say, we joke around in the office, we have a no schmuck rule. We just love, we want to work with people we love to work with, and we're actually... It's like, everyone tells me, you're getting lucky, you just getting to work with all the good people, and I'm like, I am, because... it's be it Dan Fogelman, be it Jay Roach, or be it even Matt Ross, director of Captain Fantastic, I would want to work with them every single day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to complain.
You can tell you grew up on the East Coast.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a good way of being. So also just talk to, like, being just as young producers. And building
youngish.
And bringing in new production companies and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, people want to fit you in a box somewhere. And I remember Variety coming out and saying, "Is this the next Megan Ellison?"
Yeah.
Who's had an incredible impact on independent film. So when you read something like that, like, does it make you stand up and go, "Oh no, I'm not," or does it say, yes, she's making incredible films, I do want to be someone like that? Like, what is it? I can imagine it's a little bit of a dichotomous situation.
It's funny because when Variety said, is she the next Megan Ellison, I look up to Megan. I think for someone, we're around the same age, and she has really made some of my favorite films that are hers, and it's just, I respect her for that. And it's sort of like, I'm proud that, she kind of paved way for women producers, you know what I mean? And I look up to her, but I will... I don't want to, I wouldn't say, the comparison, of course, people will compare you, but I am Shivani Rawat, and I want to be known for the films I do, be it either Danny Collins or Captain Fantastic, Trumbo, or our next ones. People should be like, okay, who is the next Shivani Rawat? I want to be known for who I am, and I'm lucky to have a very good team, Monica, I swear my company wouldn't be complete without her. And then we have a small company. We're not a big company. Monica, and then we have a creative executive in LA with Monica. I'm based in New York, and I have a VP of operations in New York. Everything we do is very, like, we literally are, we're a close-knit family, and it's just, I love the way, I don't want to expand the company. I don't want to be like I want to know each of my employee. I want to be connected to them on a different level. I want to work with them every day. We finance films, but we're there as producers as well, and it's just, that's how I am, and I think, it's about being who the next Shivani Rawat is,
And then having that relationship with, the corporate relationship with Bleecker Street as well is obviously pretty healthy.
Yes. Bleecker Street is, how do I say, it's Andrew Carpin and his team, I get to learn from them every day. And, it's just, when Danny Collins was made, we were looking for distributors, and it so happened, met Andrew Carpin and his team, and it was a go, on a good scale, we got along well, and that's it, Bleecker Street was formed, and it's always good to have a sister company. It's always good to know you have a backup when no one else is supporting your film, and it's always
or
good
a
to...
front runner
if
they're the right
exactly.
people for our project,
Exactly.
which is the case on Trumbo.
And
they're the
Captain
perfect
Fantastic,
fit.
yeah.
And for our 3 films that went with
Yeah.
them in this first run.
And
Yeah.
TIFF obviously has been, over the last 10 years, been the launch pad for many kind of serious contenders going
Exactly.
forward. So it's obviously amazing that Trumbo is premiering here. And then in theaters it comes out opposite Peanuts.
Right. And yeah, a couple other
And,
films.
yeah.
It's a
And
very
a couple
busy
other-
fall
yeah.
season.
Yeah.
It's a very competitive season.
Yeah.
Just in terms of getting it released and getting people to see
Yeah.
it. And we think it's an important film that people should see. And it's very relevant today,
Yeah.
freedom of speech.
And also,
yeah.
it's, you know, we're living in that fraternity. It's our history. You know, everyone knows who Trumbo is, but doesn't know who Trumbo, what his story was as a father, as a husband, as a colleague, as a friend. And I think it's always good to know the history you're living in, you know. So we're proud that it's here.
Very
you know.
cool. It was lovely getting to know you guys a little
Thank
bit.
you.
And
Thank you for
congratulations
having
again.
us.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having us. Yes,
Pleasure.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks.